Dad? There's a dog in our house. Don't worry, son. I know exactly what to do. Dang it, the meat's overcooked. Now stay right here, son. I'ma go hunt for another dog real quick. So a lot of my friends say that I tend to be frightened by a lot of random things, which is true. There are a lot of things in life that I find terrifying, such as balloons. But I think we can all agree that balloons are terrifying. I mean, look at them. Do they not resemble the head of a demon? But I'm not here to talk about the common things that people fear. I'm here to talk about the things that I find scary that most people don't. Well, most of these are more like habits that I've developed rather than fears, but I'll call them fears because it sounds funnier if I do. Number 1. Open doors. Now, I realize that this is probably one of the stupidest things to be afraid of, but it is something that scares me. I mean, I obviously won't have a panic attack if I walk into a room and the door is left open. This really only affects me when I'm about to go to bed. Like, if I'm lying down in bed, getting ready to fall asleep, and I realize that the door is left open, I will hop right out of bed, close the door, and then go back to sleep. I don't really know why, but if I try to sleep with the door open, I'll get this random feeling that a serial killer or something will enter my bedroom and stab me while I sleep. I mean, I obviously know this wouldn't happen, and even if there was a serial killer in my house, they could still just open the door and then stab me. Like, just because the door is closed doesn't mean they still can't enter my room and stab me to death. Number 2. Toilet flushing. Now, for some reason, I always have to cover my ears whenever I flush the toilet. I don't know why, but the sound of toilet flushing is just way too loud for me. At some point, I did try to learn how to flush the toilet without covering my ears, but I just couldn't do it and I eventually gave up. To this very day, I still cannot flush a toilet without covering my ears. It's just something that I subconsciously do. Number 3. Wardrobes. Every time I have to go and grab clean clothes from my wardrobe, I will complete this task with extreme caution. I will slowly and carefully walk towards the wardrobe, extend my arm out, carefully open the wardrobe, and quickly snatch the clothing I need and then run out of the room while screaming like a child. Okay, maybe I don't actually run out of the room while screaming, but I still do the other parts. I don't know why, but every time I'm about to open my wardrobe, I have this random feeling that something is hiding inside and waiting to attack me. Even though I know that there's obviously nothing hiding inside, I still can't shake this feeling and I always have to approach my wardrobe with caution. Number 4. Storm drains. Once in a while when I'm outside, I will end up passing a storm drain, and every time I see one, I will end up sprinting past it. Now, I fear storm drains for the same reason that I fear wardrobes. I just have this random feeling that something is waiting to hop out of that drain and drag me down below. Once again, I know that this wouldn't actually happen, but I just really need to sprint past those things, so the googlies down there don't grab my legs and feast upon my flesh. Number 5. Heights. Now, you're probably thinking, wait a second, heights? That's not an uncommon fear. A lot of people are afraid of heights. And I obviously know that. But when I say heights, I'm not talking about being at the top of a mountain or being inside an airplane. I'm talking about whenever my feet are more than 10 centimeters off the ground. For some weird reason, I don't have any issues sitting on the edge of a cliffside or staring outside the window of a plane, but I will freak out if my feet are more than 10 centimeters off the ground. This is why I would never play on the monkey bars as a kid, because I was just too scared about falling and breaking my back because I was more than 10 centimeters off the ground. Number 6. Women. I don't know if you know this, but women are terrifying. Like, every time one of them looks me in the eyes, I feel like they're about to murder me. And trust me, I know a murderer when I see one. I remember there was this one time in school where one of my female classmates came up to me and said hi, and at that very moment, I knew that she was gonna stab me with a pencil. So I immediately got up from my chair and bolted out of the classroom while screaming at the top of my lungs. Okay, maybe that fear was kind of made up. Well, I mean, there is one woman I'm scared of, but it's not because I'm worried that she's gonna murder me. I'm scared of her for a completely different reason.